Think I know what's going on with Brizz Rawsteen. Let's talk about it.
Another one.
Battle Booth is hot for gang on the low. He hot for gang on the low. I'm Battle Booth gang, so y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
The Battle Booth. If you look him up, y'all go subscribe to his channel.
Brizz. You see what happens, Brizz? When, for some reason, you choose not to address a situation. What happens when you choose not to address a situation, bro? Narratives start to go around. Pictures start to be painted. Stories start to come out. On the Battle Academy, just yesterday, I believe, salute to Stiz, I believe it is, actually tried to set up and coordinate, right, an interview on his live to where both Murder Mook and Brizz Rawsteen could come on to the live with Stiz to address the actual reasoning, right, that this Brizz Rawsteen versus Murder Mook is not happening again. Not only once, but twice already. You know what I'm saying? What happens when you don't address, right, and when you choose to just let people say what they want, is that the wrong picture starts to come out, right? The wrong stories start to come out. People just start talking and don't know what your side is. Nobody knows what Brizz Rawsteen's side of the story is on this whole Murder Mook Brizz Rawsteen situation. And because Brizz Rawsteen refuses to address the situation with Mook, I can show y'all the clip on the Battle Academy's YouTube channel. Stiz just dropped a video, very short video, explaining to us that he tried to get them both on the live so that they can both talk about what's going on. Because it seems like for some reason they're both like missing points in there. Like they're both, it seems like they both don't even have a full understanding of what's going on as far as on the back end, Brizz and Mook. You know what I'm saying? So it only makes sense for Mook to go ahead and try to get them both on the live. But unfortunately, right, as much as Mook agreed to and pretty much wanted to set this up, he was pretty much his idea to set this up. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. He wanted to do it. He's like, I want to talk. Brizz Rawsteen refuses. He refused, bro, to get on the live and address the situation with Murder Mook. The reason that bothers me is because you're not going to believe me, man. And it's okay. Y'all don't have to believe me because I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? If this person is watching this video, he knows what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got a phone call yesterday from a very credible source in battle rap. Very credible source. Somebody who a lot of you guys look to. You know what I'm saying? And he was explaining to me a lot. Honestly, I was out getting food and it was very loud. So I couldn't hear absolutely everything that he was saying about the Brizz and Mook situation. But I did manage to understand, right, that apparently when it comes to Brizz Rawsteen, right, the URL is doing pretty much unprofessional business with a Brizz Rawsteen. The URL and Caffeine, whoever you want to, is doing unprofessional business with Brizz Rawsteen. So for example, apparently, right, it turns out, and this is what I was told yesterday by this source. I'm not making any of this up. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was told. And I don't know what to believe. I don't know if I believe it because it's not like Brizz Rawsteen is coming on live and talking about what's going on. It's not like Brizz Rawsteen is defending himself and telling us what's going on. It's not like he's coming out anywhere and saying anything. So it's like, it's hard to, believe. But apparently URL and Brizz Rawsteen and them were talking about a battle with Murder Mook. But Brizz Rawsteen never received a contract. Like, he hadn't received a contract when he was supposed to, pretty much. He was being strung along So Brizz Rawsteen supposedly or apparently didn't know whether or not this battle was actually going to be locked in or not. So I guess in that case or in that event, Brizz Rawsteen ultimately felt like he was being played, you know what I'm saying, or they were toying with him almost. Is what I guess Brizz Rawsteen is feeling like. This is the information that I'm getting from this conversation that I'm having with this individual yesterday on the phone while I'm getting something to eat on Thayer Street at Chinatown is where I'm at, picking up some noodles and chicken and broccoli, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a real situation that's happening. I'm on the phone with this person. He's telling me, he's explaining to me the whole situation. I'm like, oh, shit. But it turns out that I guess Brizz feels like he's being played by the URL. He feels like they're stringing him along. He doesn't. But the thing is, though, is like, the reason that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, though, is because, for one, Brizz is not coming out and talking about the situation, right? He's not coming out and talking about it. So nobody knows. Anybody's guess is as good as mine. Anybody's guess is as good as anybody else's, because Brizz is not talking about the situation. And that is a bad idea. That's a bad look. You need to come out and talk about what the hell's going on, especially if you feel like the URL is not working with you the way that they should be working with you when it comes to booking a battle as big as Murder Mook. Like, you have to come out and talk about these things, bro. We can't just like, but the thing is too, is like, right, I don't understand that excuse or that reasoning, right? Because Brizz Rawsteen and Murder Mook was supposed to have been locked down already a couple of times, bro, like more than once. So for me, the way that I see it is, yo, how come Brizz didn't already have clips or doesn't already have clips in the round for Mook? You know what I'm saying? You would think that Brizz was writing for Mook ever since they tried to lock in the first battle. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it turns out that's not the case. Like, I guess Brizz is not writing for Mook unless there's a secure contract in place. And when it came to booking this Drake battle, time was passing by, bro. Time was passing by. And I think the date was like up until the 7th. I believe it was like up until the 7th was what this person on the phone told me. The 7th of October, that Brizz didn't get a contract. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, it's like, bro, we've been talking about this battle for a grip or whatever the case is. You're going to have to pay me more money now. So ultimately, what I was saying in my previous video was kind of true, but there's a little bit more to the story than just money. Like, it was because Brizz Rawsteen was being strung along that then now he was asking for more. You know what I'm saying? Because he's being strung along and they're not securing the battle or sending a contract or whatever. So they're, you know what I'm saying? They're just waiting, playing the waiting game. And all of a sudden, damn near 3 weeks, just 3 weeks before the battle, now they want to, so Brizz asked for more money. But the thing is, bro, we would never know any of this information, right, if Brizz doesn't come out and talk about it. And then what does start happening, right, Brizz, when you don't come out and tell your truth and tell people what's going on, right, things like this will start to happen.
Still to this day, I feel like Brizz is still like pulling out of battles to this day. Like, that's not cool.
See, people will just say, because we don't know what's going on with you, Brizz. So we'll just say, why are you pulling out of battles? Like, why are you doing this? Like, people want to know. And then if we don't know what's going on in the background with you and URL or whatever the case is, then we're just going to think, oh, Brizz is just ducking. Brizz is just ducking. You know what I mean?
That's not cool.
They said the man done. They say he's completely done with shit.
He gotta be. I mean, after you get 2 chances to come back and you say no, what's the reason for you to come back and battle anybody else now? Nobody wants to see you battle now.
They still cross.
I ain't even gonna front. This is one of the reasons that I respect Cal, bro. Because Cal keeps it 100, bro. Like, he speaks the truth. Like, he doesn't care how people feel about what he's saying. Like, he speaks his truth. And you know what? I have to kind of agree with Calico at this point. At this point, bro. At this point where it seems like Brizz is not putting any effort to let us know what's going on. I'm not talking about booking the battle, not putting any effort towards booking the battle, because he probably did. And I'm sure he was putting effort into trying to book the battle, trying to get the contract or whatever the case is, because this is what I was being told on the phone too. Brizz was actually trying to get the battle. You know what I'm saying? But he's being strung along. He's not getting his contract. The communication is not there. You know what I'm saying? Almost like Brizz is being treated like somebody who is from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like he's being treated like somebody who's from the outside. Like they don't care too much. They don't really care much about Brizz. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. That's pretty much what I was being told. I'm like, oh shit. So okay, okay, all right. Is as much as that might be true, bro. Brizz needs to come out and talk about this. You know, is how I'm feeling about everything. Brizz needs to come out and talk about this because this is getting out of hand now. And I'm gonna be honest again. Cal keeps it real. I agree, bro. I agree, bro. After having tried the book of battle that we want to see multiple times, bro, it's like I don't even care to see Brizz battle anybody else anymore. I don't care to see Brizz battle anybody else anymore. I'm just, man. Of course, if at some point they end up locking in a Murder Mook versus Brizz, I'm gonna watch it. Don't confuse my thoughts. Don't confuse my words. I'm just personally not advocating or looking for this anymore. If it happens to pop up because Caffeine got it together and they did it, or Drake got it together and he did it, okay, cool, I'll watch it. But it don't even matter anymore, bro, at this point. It's like, it almost seems as if though Brizz doesn't want it to happen. That's what it looks like. As much as I'm starting to understand that that's not the case when it comes to the background behind the scenes, that's just what it looks like, bro.
For this nigga, but I mean, after so many times of saying no, like you said, they're gonna be like, fuck it. We got new talent. We got easy, new cash.
Yeah. Cause I mean,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Brizz is also being left behind, bro. You're getting left behind, bro. There's new talent coming in. Like, if you were gonna come back, bro, you should have done it already, bro. There's people that the fans actually want to see out here now, bro. Like Easy the Block Captain versus Goods or something. You know, like there's actual. So it's like, bro, this is in the past already at this point, bro. At this point, the only thing I would like to happen is for Brizz to come out and speak his truth. That's the only thing that I would want to happen, really, at this point. It's just for Brizz to come out and speak his truth. Because it seems as if though Murder Mook is not aware of what's going on with Brizz either. Murder Mook has his own perception, his own perspective about what's going on.
Can Brizz come back and beat Easy the Block Captain right now? Do we think that's possible?
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Honestly, who can Brizz beat? Yeah, who can Brizz beat? That ain't nothing. Who can he beat?
Brizz. This is the type of thing, bro, that's gonna continue to happen, right? Unless you come out and you talk about what actually happened, unless you maybe lock in a battle with Murder Mook, this is what's going to continue to happen, bro. And I know some of you guys probably not going to believe me. I mean, I don't know why I would sit here and lie about a phone call, you know what I mean, that I got yesterday or whatever the case. I would never do something like that. I would have to sit here and create that whole story, like literally create and make up that whole story. I couldn't do that. I don't have enough time in a day to do that. Again, the person who did call me is a very credible person in battle rap. And if I know he's probably going to watch this, so he knows I'm talking. He's probably going to be like, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It is a true thing. I guess my thought was Brizz was ducking. Brizz is just ducking for some reason because he wants mad money. But it turns out that I guess Brizz Rawsteen is actually being strung along. That's the best terminology that I can use to describe it. Is they're stringing Brizz along. Why he would be being strung along, I don't know. Why? The only thing that I can think of is that Brizz is an outsider. That's the only thing that I can think of, is that Brizz is an outsider. Brizz is not a URL rapper. He's an outsider. So that's the only reason that I can think of that the URL would even be stringing him along, is because they don't really care about Brizz nearly as much as they care about their URL artists. The artists that actually battle for URL. The only reason they're trying to get the Brizz battle is because the Brizz and Mook situation happened. And they know the culture wants that battle. But Brizz is not a URL rapper. So I'm sure that has something to do with the fact that URL isn't treating Brizz the same that they would be treating their artists. And that's what it's seeming like right now. It's seeming like, according to the conversation I had yesterday with this person and the story, it seems as if though that is why Brizz is probably not being treated fairly when it comes to the situation. And Brizz, I guess, is not tolerating or having that, period. He's not having that unfair treatment. He's not going to put up with it. So That's what it's seeming like is going on. I mean, y'all could take my word with a grain of salt. It doesn't matter. Like, to me, honestly, it doesn't matter if you guys believe me or not, because I know what's happening. I know what happened in the background as far as that phone call I got. It's a very credible source. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's actually contacted and spoke with one of these people. You know what I'm saying? MOOK to be specific. You know what I'm saying? So somebody who has communication with these other people. And Drake on top of that. So, I mean, and that sounds, you know what, that makes a lot of sense, though. Now that I sit here and break it down myself, it makes sense, bro, because, again, Brizz is not a URL battler, bro. He's not a URL battler. He's not under URL, bro. He's not. So, from URL's perspective, I'm sure they're looking at him like, oh, you know, we don't, whatever, you know, like, we don't, he's not doing multi-battle deals with us. We're not making money from him. If anything, we have to pay him a lot of money right now to get this battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can see, because Brizz is not an asset to the URL. That's why the URL would be treating Brizz that way. That's the story, man. That's what I'm getting, man. Don't, this is not, you know, I'm just putting the information out there. You guys do what you will with it, man.